Good evening, counselors. My name is Tim Perry, and I live in Sedona. In tonight's installment of the lies told by the city of Sedona, I thought it would be entertaining to look at the many varieties of pseudoscience embraced by this data-driven council and staff. Beginning, of course, with the insertion of environmental rhetoric into official city documents, which attempts to imply that there is some sort of equivalency between animate and non-animate objects on the one hand and humans on the other, and thereby rejects the massive scientific evidence demonstrating the uniqueness of our species. Then we have a sustainability department which apparently believes that its fixation on cutting carbon emissions will somehow magically translate into a program to create sustainable circular economies using local resources, even though the two objectives have nothing in common and no causal explanation has been presented leading from one to the other. Then we have the tourism department, which I understand is actively trying to promote, in collaboration with other institutions in this town, New Age tourism. Unfortunately, the problem with that is that all of the centerpieces of New Age tourism, crystals, chakras, spirit journeys, vortexes, bioenergetic fields, are non-existent lies and frauds, and the city is therefore spending public money on spreading scientific misinformation. Over in human resources, we have Russ Martin, who is conducting pseudoscientific color tests on city staff to determine their personalities. And in the police department, they have the touchingly old-fashioned superstition of believing that an animal, a dog, can demonstrate through its actions evidence that is somehow reliable in court through the random firing of its neurons in its brain. I'm reminded very much of the habit of the ancient Romans of consulting the sacred chickens before they went into battle to see if they'd win or lose. Mind you, Stephanie's also got her own personal little pseudoscience obsession with her preoccupation with discredited deterrence theory. My favorite pseudoscience of the city, however, has always been council and staff's fixation with air conditioning. At my very first retreat, Brian Foltz thought 77 degrees was too warm and had the air conditioning turned on. I checked earlier, this room is at 73 degrees. The problem here is that it is a fact that human cognition begins to decrease below 77 degrees. And now, Annette keeps her house at 68 degrees. That may well go some way towards explaining why she's among the more brain-dead members of city staff. Learn the data or stop talking about it.